Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So today we're talking about completing our sponsorship paperwork, and it's something we do when we're onboarding. And we're going to go through all of that and the importance of it now.
Right. Did anyone on this huddle make it to the Aaron Kaufman class? Because I know that those little nuggets kind of tie into this whole, like, you know, sponsorship paperwork and the profit tree. Who here on the huddle had attended that?
I did not.
Okay, I would just say, like, feel free to chime in on like anything that Aaron had touched on for the KW effect in regards to this the sponsorship paperwork that Evelyn's going to teach us on today.
Will do.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, you went to that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. We'll have you give some ahas like throughout, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so when we're onboarding, a lot of us, we either did this probably with Ray Lynn over at the Kapolei office, or you might have done it with Kevin Miyama at the regular Honolulu office. And it's a team leader or an administrative staff that is going to do all of this with you. And you're supposed to remain impartial while you're doing it. But I think a lot of team leaders really push people, you know, to do it under them, and we're going to go through some examples.
Who do you feel was the person that had the most influence on you in joining Keller Williams?
Mary, I've thought a lot about this, and you know what? There are at least 4 people who I know of who influenced me to come here.
Well, how about me? Mary, you know better than that. Let's do that again the right way.
Mary, I'm just really having trouble identifying who the sponsor would be. How do I choose who it would be?
Well, it's exactly like going out on a listing appointment. There may be 4 people that go out on a listing appointment, but only one person actually gets to list that house. So I want you to think about the influential person who made an appointment to get you in today to talk to me about it.
All right, and obviously the lady in between the clips, that was Mo Anderson. I'm sure you've all taken bold, you know who she is. And when we're trying to get people to join KW, I mean, there's a gazillion reasons. We just need to be raving fans about it and encourage them to talk with a team leader. That's really what our job is. You know, show them how awesome it is. Don't hammer it down. We're not trained in that.
And once you're already in this office, you've been recruited. Once somebody sent you to this office, the decision has been made. There is no recruiting that is allowed once a person is sitting here, because that's counterculture.
Yep, easy enough. Does anyone already have people in their profit tree that's here on the huddle, like in your downline?
I do.
Adrienne, yep. And then I know, pretty sure Howard does as well. He's not on the huddle. Okay. All right.
And once,
Nope, sorry, wrong one. So yeah, no recruiting. Okay. Okay, so when you're joining KW, like we all signed up paperwork, and it says you have a substitute sponsor. Okay, sorry. So yeah, our sponsors for life. Sorry about that. I skipped a slide. I knew I was missing something. And when we sign KW, our sponsor is for life. There's a few instances where it does not apply, and we'll go through those as well. And that doesn't mean like if I started at KW in, you know, Michigan and came here, still with KW, I still keep the same sponsor. Also, if you're working as an assistant or a member of another team, you still keep that same sponsor. And if you leave KW for a short period and you come back later, you still got the same sponsor, but there are a few things that go with number 3. So yeah, if you're away from KW for at least 9 months and you don't have, and you're not vested, meaning that you don't already have someone else in your downline. If you already have someone else in your downline, you're still considered vested, and that you're going to keep your same sponsor as well. I actually don't know what how it works is if your sponsor leaves KW and is out. I mean, do they still go to, I think it goes to their family, I think. Can anyone chime in on that?
Yeah, I would, if your sponsor leaves KW and they're not vested, what happens is that you automatically get attached to whoever their sponsor was.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. So we're talking about substitute sponsors. We all signed something with that. I don't even remember who I picked because I knew it was going to be so brief.
Mary, who is your sponsor going to be?
Well, I don't know who to pick as a sponsor because it was Jane who really told me to come to the company. And she's having a $2 million closing that's going to close on the 15th of next month. So she really can't be here right now. And I need to pick a sponsor now. I don't know exactly what to do.
This is great. You know what? My wife is in the system and you can come in under my wife.
Now do that again the right way. So Jane's the one who told me to come, but she can't come to the 15th of the month. So do I pick somebody else?
Mary, the only thing that we can do is that we could put you under my name for the 30 days that it would take for Jane to get here.
Great. Could you explain that to Jane so she'll know that I was being true to her when I came in and sat down?
I'll make sure Jane knows exactly what we're doing. And I'm going to call in our MCA right now so that she can notate the file, and you can rest assured that you will be under Jane. We just have to know that Jane is here in less than 90 days.
Okay, so we're legal. There's no problem with
It's
it.
completely legal, and we would never put you in any other kind of position except trying to meet your needs and putting you under the person who would be your logical sponsor. And because Jane's not here, we have a way of holding off until Jane arrives.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So did anyone like not understand exactly how having a substitute sponsor works? Okay, moving on. Again, that person just has to be there within 90 days. All right. So if you're being named as a permanent sponsor, and they don't join KW within the 90 days, your substitute sponsor will become the permanent sponsor, or you can fill out an associate sponsor correction form. So if you've been at the company less than 90 days, you can still get those things changed. But if you've been here over 90 days, no changes allowed.
This is an opportunity you have, and every agent has, to grow their own downline by referring agents to us. It's a reward for growing our company. Only one person did that. You need to make that decision.
Yep, easy enough. Does anybody have any questions or some ahas to give? You don't volunteer, I'm gonna pick somebody. All right, Jay.
Evelyn.
Oh, all right.
Evelyn.
Yep.
And this is Veronika.
Hi, Veronika.
Hi. So I did not, well, I had Yana in my pipeline, but I don't have anybody right now since Yana is on PMC. But I've been in KW system for long enough to know that Profitshare can be a really, really good, great passive income for somebody. Because one of my sponsors, I would say one of the first sponsors, who convinced me to come to Keller Williams when I was a brand new agent, and I signed up under him. he was making really good money. And I mean, when I asked him, oh, you're not really selling anything, because he was, I think, a team leader or broker of one of the branch offices there in Clarksville, Tennessee. He said, oh, I've got a lot of my pipeline and I don't really have to, do much. I mean, I'm getting my salary from being a broker and I'm getting, the profit share. So, and it's not taking away from the agents or anything like that, but, I'm making really, really good living for myself. And I mean, I just know it's a lot of good income, just being passive income. It's just, I'm not really focusing on that side of the business, but I know a lot of people made a very good living for themselves as passive income.
Yeah, I myself have not worked very hard at it, because a few times I know that I've tried, it seems like they just signed up under the team leader, which I feel like it's like kind of not against, more against culture. So I haven't actively been doing it like I used to. And I know that one group.
Could this be something that we practice in role play, and then maybe just have a checklist as far as just following like just for quality control. You know what I mean? So like if you're having, like, you have the proper scripts, and then you make the introduction, you follow it up with an email, you CC Raylan or whoever it is that's supposed to be on it, just for the checks and the balances. And I think we even had some paperwork in our, I think it's part of our career night one that kind of just goes over what is a sponsor, and why that's important. So
I have a question, Adrienne, for you.
Yeah.
If we do have fellow real estate agents, right, that, I don't know, we just don't know if they're going to be a right fit for the culture or whatever, but it's not our decision to determine really. Do we forward the information to Raylene, and Raylene is forwarding it to Kevin, or how does that usually work?
I think that's the best. I would say the best process. So you're asking if a particular agent might be good or not good for KW.
Correct, because I know their personalities, and I feel like they might not be great, but you never know. They might thrive in KW with the right tools and systems.
Well, I mean, I think you can't just pass the name over and be like, oh, this would be a good agent, and then expect that agent to name you as their sponsor. I think you got to take it a couple steps deeper, where you're having conversations with them about KW. You're showing them, as Evelyn said in the beginning, what a great company, what great culture this is. And then if they're interested to learn more, then you don't ever try to recruit. Then at that point, you say, hey, Kevin Miyama, or you could even pass them over to myself or Attilio, and we can do if Kevin's too busy. But yeah, then the next step is to send it over to Kevin and let him, answer the questions and do the business plan. And, if they are interested and they do end up joining, then you have that, that upfront work that you did with them and those upfront conversations. So, and even recapping some of those conversations and emails, and you can forward them on over to Kevin. So you set him up for success as far as what are their hot buttons.
Yeah, and I'd like to add also, it's not only for this KW. I started, I've worked in 3 states, so I have friends getting, they're getting their licenses in multiple states. So I'm like, hey, you need to join KW. The culture, the training, it's this, it's similar, in every single market center. So you can try to get, friends, if you have friends in Texas, hey, talk to the KW there and try to reach out to that team leader and set up a meeting for them, or, just tell them about them.
I wouldn't just tell them about them. If you just tell them about them, then you end up risking them signing up under that team leader. So
yeah, reaching out to them.
Yeah, you got to educate them up front, and then maybe do an intro to the team leader and say, this is my friend, they're with this company, they're really interested to know more about, KW in their area.
Yeah, I was saying tell the team leader about this person.
Yeah.
Not vice versa.
to like piggyback on what you guys are saying. So I've had like a couple of people. I had some new agent come into one of my open houses. I got his contact information. I talked, we connected really well. And then like I sent him a couple of the classes that they were having in town, and then I also gave Kevin his phone number, had Kevin follow up with him. He ended up going with Century 21 just because it was Abe Lee's, he ended up signing Abe Lee, but I presented that value, and then I had another woman come to another open house, and she was already interested in Keller Williams, and I kind of sold her on me and how much I love Keller Williams, and she was like, yeah, please have Kevin reach out to me. Then also in Michigan, I had a friend that he's a realtor, keep trying to put on him, and I have another friend in Florida. He was thinking about real estate, I've been posting stuff, and he saw it, and he's like, yeah, I've actually been thinking, so I've been just keeping it in front of them, so it's just like adding that value and making sure that like when they think of Keller Williams, they think of me also, so then automatically it's like, well, so why wouldn't I sign this as my sponsor, And then just another, so basically the script that Aaron Kaufman said to use when like trying just like a quick elevator pitch for somebody initially is, he literally read this like 10 times. Imagine a real estate company where there is a true incentive for agents to work together and care about each other, where all the agents are being trained to brand their own businesses first versus all being trained to directly compete with each other and their company for the same brand, and where every agent is valued the same. The money's better here too, more than 100% of commission and retirement fund. So that's really
right
what
there,
I'm
yeah.
trying to say. So.
All right, well, we're at 9 o'clock. I think Jake left us with a really great, that's the perfect elevator pitch. We can all kind of practice that one.
Let's go.
All right, well, we're at 9:02. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in a few hours.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Evelyn.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.